Are you ready to be edutained? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Vibrant Living with your host, Dr. Ellison. Let's turn up the dial on your health, relationships, and personal growth right here on WAEC Love 860, Atlanta's inspirational talk radio. And now, without further ado, here's Dr. Ellison.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another Vibrant Living broadcast. I'm Dr. Ellison, excited to be back with you as always to talk about your number one wealth. It's your health. And I'm excited to bring you this broadcast along with my dynamic guest every Monday evening at 6 p.m. We're forever excited about it. We're excited about you. You're the greatest of all of God's creation, and you deserve the best of information, the best of resources, because the Creator didn't create anything that He didn't want to be successful. And as it pertains to you and I, we need to be at the top when it comes down to success in every single area, particularly in the area of your health. Your health is your number one wealth. And here today, as usual, to help drive this point, this fact home, are my dynamic guest co-host, Todd and Jennifer Cheek. They are the dynamic duo, you all. The dynamic duo. I mean, when they go up, that is home run every time. I mean, they bring the double barrel shotgun effect. Todd and Jennifer, so good to have you guys.
It's good to be back. Thank you for having us again.
Always, Doc.
My utmost pleasure. My utmost pleasure. I'm okay, Jennifer. I don't have anything that's standing in my mind and concerning you right now. But your husband, when he starts touching my Cowboys, I gotta make sure that that's known when he starts touching that. And oh my God, I know this is probably not the place to talk about this, but you all listening to us, I didn't know that Todd was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Oh, yeah.
With God, there is forgiveness.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh,
and this is my wife, huh?
But we've been relating now for a number of years, so there's no use in us allowing the Steelers and the Cowboys to divide us.
Exactly.
So we got to find the common ground of what does God want out of the two of us.
Right.
But it's always good to have a great time. And I know at certain times I'll get a telephone call from certain ones when the Cowboys are playing or the Steelers are playing. I've customarily, since being here in Georgia, I've gotten calls. It's amazing that people will call you that didn't normally call you, but when they find out that you are a particular football fan, then you'll get a call. But anyway, but laughter is good. We're going to have to talk about that on one of the shows. Laughter is very, very, very powerful. Maybe, we're going to have to talk about that, the power of laughter in health, in helping to promote our health. So maybe that's a show coming up to where we will get into that.
Laugh.
But you guys have some dynamic stuff that we need to get back into to share with the audience on how to protect and to promote our number one wealth. I'm going to say that again. We need to protect and promote. If we spend more time protecting and promoting our number one wealth, which is our health, oh my God, life is a whole lot better.
Yes.
So you guys have got some dynamic stuff, so let's get into it. We've been talking on this particular show about detoxing and weight loss. So let's get back into it, starting with you, Jennifer, on the detoxing side. Let's get back into some of those things that causes us to get clogged.
Yes. I believe last time, I know we talked about needing more fiber in your diet. A lot of us, especially when you deal with too much processed food, too much drive-through food, too much fried and fatty food, and not enough fruits and vegetables, not enough whole grains, your brown rice, your brown wheat, whole wheat bread.
Now, she's giving out some...
It starts with the word whole.
Whole.
That's what you want to look for. The first
all right.
Whole wheat, whole grain, whole, so those kind of things are you looking for. So not enough fiber getting into your diet. That is very important because that's what pushes everything through. So
Come
if you
on.
find the things a little bit tough to push through, you might want to take a look at what you're putting in.
You know, Jennifer, I used to
Having
say,
a hard time getting out.
come on. Oh, wow. I like that. You know, I used to say that the fiber is like the broom that sweeps the colon. Am I okay with that?
Exactly.
You know, so depending on what you put in, you said you could have a hard time getting it out?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we talked a little bit last time about, that concept of meat and animal products, which there's nothing wrong with it. You just want to make sure that when you're taking a look at your plate, that primarily what you have are, most of your plate needs to be your veggies. Your fruit. We're not getting enough of those. Those 5 to 6 servings every single day, we're not getting enough of that. You need to then look at how much do you have, just maybe a cup, a half a cup to a cupful of a whole grain, of your brown rice, your whole wheat pasta, that type of thing. And then your meat. And most of the time the meat takes up the whole plate.
Oh,
when
wow.
It really should be about the size of your palm, about the size of a deck of cards. That's really all you need as far as the protein that's on your plate. And when we put too much animal byproducts in there and not enough fiber in there, then we're going to have a hard time getting things through. So fiber is a very big need.
And many people, Jennifer, they're not aware that meats don't have fiber.
Right.
So this
or
is
not.
And this is one,
or not enough to push things through.
Or not enough to push things through. There you go. And this is why the meat needs to be the smaller amount on the plate versus the fruits and the vegetables and so forth.
Correct. And, the quality of it. I think we've got to look at, if you're going to eat meat, look at the source of it. Are you looking towards your organic meats, your grass-fed beef, as opposed to just the regular stuff that you pick up every single day?
The Franken foods,
important.
huh? You're talking about the Franken one.
Yeah.
I don't want a Frankenfish.
Right. Exactly.
Todd, I don't want a fish, man, that looks like Frankenstein.
Hey, Doc, and listen, I don't want to interrupt our conversation about the detox and things like that. But
no, please step right in.
I went to a seminar this week, and it was a doctor speaking about the ketogenic diet. And one of the most interesting things about that seminar was he spoke about what's the candy, Skittles. And let me make this make sense for you. He had an image of this auto wreck, this truck that spilled all these Skittles out onto the highway. I mean, Skittles for as far as you can see.
Wow.
And he said the issue wasn't the problem that he had with it wasn't the accident itself, is where the Skittles were going. The Skittles were going to feed the cows.
No.
Yeah.
The Skittles were going to feed the cows so it could fatten them up quicker.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yes.
I don't want to be eating a Skittle cow.
Right.
And he broke it down. You're not only eating, it's not about what you eat, but it's about what you eat. What it was eating.
Yeah, what it was eating, huh?
It's eating, yeah.
Wait a minute, they're feeding Skittles to cows?
Skittles to cows.
Well, it's going to be a sweet.
Anything to fatten them up.
Well, it's going to be a sweet cow then.
Yeah. And staying away from the cows that have been, that have been given that growth hormone. Chicken, same thing. You want to get away from you want to get to the antibiotic-free, free-range chickens that have been fed with whole grains as well, and vegetables, and seed, and not those same things, those fatteners. In there. We often talk about how kids today, a 13-year-old today doesn't look like a 13-year-old did when we were growing up. I'm like, I didn't look like that when I was 13. Did you think about the hormones that are in our milks and in our meats, that are put in there to produce more so that the animals
Jennifer, we got 13. We've got 13-year-olds looking like they're 30 nowadays.
Yeah.
So you're saying that, of course, the growth hormone. So if it blows the cow up, we got chickens that look like football players.
Thighs that look like breasts. I'm like, is this a breast piece or a thigh? What is this?
Come on, I'm telling you.
Right, you're right, and that's what they're doing. They're overproducing, and so we've got to take a look at that because like Todd said, what they're eating affects our bodies too.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're going to eat meat, just take a look. It's worth spending a little bit more to know where your food came from. Is it from a sustainable farm? That's going to have the cows grass fed.
Now,
what are the chickens eating?
And Jennifer, when you say a sustainable farm, explain that, please.
Well, Skittles is not sustainable.
Okay.
when
All right.
When there's a wreck on the freeway and they're all over the place and you got to go find more Skittles. Grass, however, is sustainable.
Uh-huh.
When the cows eat the grass and the cows, it's the circle of life. This stuff comes out of them and it gets the grass to grow again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Skittles, of course, the Skittles just don't grow in the grass. Don't grow in the field.
No. I don't even know if they break down in the grass.
Oh, come on.
But it's sustainable. I don't have to grow grass necessarily. It's going to grow on its own, and the cows are going to continue. And that circle is what you're wanting to find. Are the hens being fed by seed, or are they being fed something that's been manufactured to make them grow bigger? And so we've got to just take a look at your local farms.
And then
your local farms producing.
I like that. That's very, very powerful. And then many times the chickens, they're crammed into these houses. What, 10,000? Yeah. I've heard up to 100,000 in one house, and they don't get sunlight. They are told what they're going to eat versus them finding what they need to eat out there in the grass, allowed to roam. So that's a very, very important thing to consider.
Yeah, so look at the quality of what's going in. Try to stay with your leaner meats if at all possible. So try to stay with your seafoods, with your even wild-caught seafood.
Okay.
Not farm-raised because, again, anytime, it's especially with seafood, if it's not wild-caught, then normally, especially with things like tilapia and those kind of things, the way that they're producing this fish is, again, not a sustainable process.
I believe if the fish ancestors could talk, Jennifer, they would be like, wow, guys, we never knew that the day would come where we would be raised on a farm.
Right.
Right. Versus, raised in the natural environment.
Yeah, we're out here. Millions of us are out here.
Yeah, come on.
You've got a farm right here to just try to, and so take a look at the quality of your meat. So if you're going to eat meat, just make sure that it's good quality. But, again, your plate's got to be primarily fiber, primarily vegetables, and then a whole grain. And that should cover 3/4 of your plate, just that.
Okay.
And then fill the rest of it with your meat.
3/4. Wow. We have many Americans that 3/4 of the plate is the meat.
Yeah.
I read something some years ago that the average person will eat enough meat in one day to last them 3 or 4 days as far as animal protein is concerned.
Yeah.
And the body trying to break that stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Doc, all of this is producing so much toxicity within our in our bodies, and then that spills over into our lives because there's no getting around that. What we do consume, it bears, like Jen spoke about it last week, it bears, it comes out, in other areas like our skin and, how we look, our complexion. So all those things with so much toxicity within the body, it has to get out. So your skin will start, acne or different types of issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like a war that's going on the inside with all this toxic stuff. Stuff that's crammed in, not getting out in a decent time. And we got to take a break here, but as we're getting ready to take this break, I just want to encourage you from what Jennifer and Todd have shared so far. Beware, because you may be eating a Skittles cow. We'll take a break and come right back. We'll be right back.
Rejuvenation for youthfulness and beauty is trending worldwide. People are getting laser hair removal, Botox, dermal fillers, skin brightening, tightening, lifting, and reshaping. SmartPlex ATL, a comprehensive medical spa located in East Cobb, 4799 Old Town Parkway. You can also visit us online at smartplexatl.com. Dr. Alexander and his team enjoy pampering you while you receive customized treatments in a beautiful, calming, zen-like atmosphere. SmartPlex ATL, We are your Hollywood destination for exciting youthful rejuvenation.
All right, here we are back now, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, all of you that are listening across America and around the world. We are so excited to be back with you. Part 2 of Vibrant Living with Todd and Jennifer Cheek, talking on some dynamic stuff about detoxing. We just finished hearing earlier about the Skittles. The cows are being fed Skittles, and if they're being fed Skittles, what else are they being fed? So just some dynamic information there for us to be enlightened, to be aware of, so that we can protect and promote our number one wealth, which is our health. Now, 2/3 of American statistics say are overweight. About 27% are obese. We've got to deal with that. We can do better than that. And if we will listen to the experts like Todd and Jennifer Cheek, take their advice, we can bring the pounds down. Todd and Jennifer, I've been at the same weight now probably for the last 25 years.
Wow.
Right there at the same, I might work to try to gain a pound, and then if I gain it, it's lost within a day and stuff like that. But we got to help. We got to help people to master this thing, their weight. We got to deal with that. Todd, you've got some dynamic stuff dealing with the 10 laws. I believe it is the 10 laws. Mm-hmm. And I know we've covered a few of them on past shows, but please let's go back and very briefly touch on I think the first 4 that we've covered, so we can get into these other dynamic 6 that you have.
That'd be great, Doc. So, of course, as I've outlined in my book, the 10 laws for weight loss guaranteed. And I say guaranteed because really, if you follow, you don't have to follow all of them at the same time. But if you do, you're going to have to follow one of these laws, or at least most of them, in order to achieve a fitness result, bottom line. So the first one we talked about was, what is your reason why? And as we spoke about that is finding, what's going to keep you in the game. One of my past clients, her reason why was so that she would live to see the age of 46. Mm-hmm. And that was a powerful reason why. It doesn't have to be your reason why or that was her reason why. So you have to find and come up with your reason why. You want to either live healthy or lose weight and make it mean something to you. That is so important. Okay? Make it mean something to you. Then you want to talk about losing your mind. Okay, now, like I said last week or the week or two before, this isn't going crazy, but you have to start to change the conversation that you're having with yourself as it relates to food, as it relates to exercise.
Todd, that's a great title, man. That's a great title, Losing Your Mind. I like that.
Yeah, and even more so, change the conversation that you're having with who you are. Who do you think you are? Okay? And when you answer that question, who am I, what is your answer after that? Okay? So you want to start talking about, losing your mind. Lose it. Just go right ahead. It's the only way to change and to upgrade in life. So
because it's evident that the mentality that we've been having is the one that has led to the weight gain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So we want to start to change that conversation that you've been having with yourself about, like I said, nutrition, exercise, and, of course, who you think you are. And another one I think is so important is, what about your friends? And this is about your support group. Who's going to be around you to help you stay on track, whether it's your spouse, your siblings, your friends, because a lot of times those people can sabotage your efforts. As I talked to you last time around, one of my clients, her husband, was buying her potato chips to put in the house on purpose with intentions to help her, not help her, but to pretty much derail her from her efforts. So that your support group and what about your friends is so important, making sure that you have people that are going to motivate you and to keep you on point. Okay.
And I like that too, Todd, because I know that if I was to meet you now, and if which will never happen, if I had the Dunlop disease, you'd be talking about that. The Dunlop.
Yeah.
Yep, been locked over your belt.
Yes.
Yep.
So this is why I know I have to be accountable to your guys' consciousness. Like, wait a minute now, Ellison.
Yeah.
We knew that you were on
Accountability.
point. Your accountability.
Yeah.
So what happened? But please go.
Accountability is important in all areas of life, to be honest with you, Doc. So, what about your friends? And so we kind of wanted to move on from there. And another important one, Doc, I think is planning and preparation.
Okay.
Because this gets so many people off track. Because if it's the beginning of the new week. Friday has ended. Saturday you've enjoyed yourself. Friday night you've enjoyed yourself. You had a great weekend. Sunday is that day for kind of like, okay, how is my next week going to look? And when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to anything, any type of endeavor that's important to you, you can sometimes, a lot of times, take Sunday to kind of prep your week for that. So a lot of times what we tell our clients is to take that Sunday, prepare some meals or prepare a meal that's going to, carry you for the next couple of days or, set yourself up, to win, so to speak.
Okay.
So you don't get caught out there during your lunch hour on Monday having to go to some fast food spot versus something that you prepared for yourself on Sunday. Okay? And so, or you're sitting at your desk. When you're leaving out of, for work or wherever on Monday morning, you prepare something for your snack time. So when you're sitting at your desk and you do feel some hunger to come down on you, that you don't run to the snack machine because you don't have an option or something that you prepared, for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the power of planning and preparation. And like I said, those who fail to plan to fail.
Plan to fail. Come on.
Right.
And so, like I said, that's one of the ones that I really, really have stressed to my clients also. And another one is don't get discouraged.
Wow.
Okay?
Don't get discouraged.
Don't get discouraged. Most people are stepping on the scale every single day.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
And, using the scale, and they let that scale determine whether or not they're going to proceed or not. And that's just not the way to look at it, okay? You want to be in this for the long haul. You want to be in this for the life change, okay? Not just for the change in the Dunlop effect, but you want to be in this for the life change. You want to be in this because you know it's the right thing to do.
See, this is why, Todd, I want to definitely mention the fact that's why people need somebody like you so that you'll be more encouraging than the scales.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, and to look at the non-scale victories, as we call them. So sometimes maybe the scale's not moving, but maybe the inches are coming off. Maybe your energy level is higher. Maybe your clothes are fitting better. And so if you stare at the number all of the time, the number's not the definer of you, but you got to look, what are the victories this week? What did I do better today? Maybe I said no to that chocolate chip cookie today, and yesterday I couldn't. What are your non-scale victories? That always helps me to stay encouraged when the scale, when it's not, as encouraging.
Oh, come on. Oh, my God. That's major right there, because many times people do get discouraged by the talk of the scales. But this is why we're encouraging you to call in to Todd and Jennifer Cheek, connect with them so that they can continue to motivate, to coach you down these lines so that the scale doesn't talk louder than the goal that you have.
Right.
What is that number? What is that, number 6, Todd?
That was number 7.
Number 7? Okay.
7 there.
We got about 3.5 minutes because we got to make sure that this book, people got to get the 10 laws to weight loss guaranteed in their hands. So take it away.
Yeah. So, and just one more that I want to discuss this afternoon, Doc, this evening, right quick, is who is your coach?
Who is your coach?
And Doc, you've spoken about it just a second ago. It's like, needing someone like me in their lives. And I will attest to that. Yes, you do. And so Tom Brady or Dak Prescott in Cowboy Land world. Or
Chuck, now, wait a minute, Todd, I'm just amazed. I mean, you have a heart, man. Gosh, I'm seeing another side of you.
Exactly. So those individuals that are at the top of their game, Doc, they're at the top of their game. But each of them still has a coach.
Oh, come on.
each of them still has a coach. Somebody that's going to correct the wrongs, the little things that they don't see, the little things that they don't do. That coach can see them and say, let's go, let's try this right here. So if they at the top of their game doing what they do, if they need a coach, why do you think that you wouldn't need a coach?
Come on.
Or someone to hold you accountable?
Wow.
Wow. Don't try to do this alone. Don't try to do it alone.
Yeah, Todd, this stuff is just too good to rush. So we're going to have to maybe finalize it on another show. But this is just that one alone. And the one that you all mentioned before, that one is so powerful. Please, people, hear what Todd just said. Don't try to do it alone. We've watched people, all of us, no doubt, watched people on television that were 300, 400, 500 pounds. They couldn't do it by themselves. They needed help. They had doctors, coaches, nutritionists, you name it, trying to help them get those pounds off so they could live a healthier, longer life. And that's just so critically important. Don't try to do it by yourself. Get that support group. Get that coach. Get in contact with Todd and Jennifer Cheek. Get the book. And Todd, we're going to have you to share how people can get that book. But get his book. I love the name of it, The 10 Laws of Weight Loss Guaranteed. Oh, my God. But, Todd, I wanted to ask you this. Were you ever overweight?
Yeah, Dr. it's funny that you say that because I was at my overweight size about maybe 2007 at a height of what I hoped it always been at 6'2", but that's not the case.
Okay.
I am 5'5".
Okay. It looks like the Incredible Hulk, you all, at 5'5", by the way.
I always want to be 6'2", but at that 5'5" height, I was 210 pounds.
No.
I thought I was buff.
You were what?
I thought I was buff. That was my biggest weight, 210 pounds.
Wow.
And I saw myself in the picture one day, and I said, "Oh no, this can't be."
Wow, I didn't know that.
Cannot be. So yeah, there we go.
My.
It's out there, Doc.
Wow, my God, wow. Well, look, tell us how we can get the book in this last 45 seconds, how people can get a hold to the 10 Laws of Weight Loss Guaranteed.
You can go by my website. It's called ToddCheekCoaching.com, and you'll see the book on the front of that website. And just click on the link, and it'll take you to the page to make your purchase. So ToddCheekCoaching.com.
All right. Well, here you've heard it right there, ladies and gentlemen. The dynamic duo. I'm telling you, I'm so proud of you guys and your recent joining your lives together and doing this thing together. The impact is greater when we're doing things together. We're doing things as a team and just collaborating with other folks. I'm just so excited to be a part of you guys' lives and know when I need if I was to ever need a weight loss coach, I can go to the Incredible Hulk of Todd Cheek himself. I need some information on good nutrition. Hey, his wife is right there. Come on, you can't lose with Todd, being in the middle of Todd and Jennifer. You can't lose. So I want to encourage you, give it one more time how they can contact you all, that website, that information one more time before we close here.
Yeah, they can go to www.ToddCheekCoaching.com.
All right. Well, look, we've got to go, and it's been our passion to bring this information to you. And listen, you deserve to live an amplified life. So we encourage you to take your life, your health, and turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. We'll see you next time on Vibrant Living.
We hope you're leaving feeling empowered. Thank you for listening to Vibrant Living with Dr. Ellison. If you would like to learn more about our host or purchase books, please visit his website at drcalvinellison.com. That's Dr. DOCTOR CalvinEllison.com. Be sure to come back next Monday at 6 p.m. for Vibrant Living on Atlanta's inspirational talk radio, Love 860. Bye for now.